Run through the tape. In life, never give up. Run through the tape.
All right, it's Inside the NBA presented by Kia, live from Studio J here in Atlanta. Ernie Johnson, Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, and subbing for Shaquille O'Neal tonight, Lisa Leslie. Before we get into any highlights, Justin Timberlake, you know, he's a big Grizzlies fan.
Right.
He put it out on social media at one point that if TNT would come and do a game in Memphis in the regular season, he would run camera at the game. He would be one of our cameramen. So, with this game scheduled, what did our folks at the NBA on TNT do? They tweeted this out. Hey, Justin, you ready to get to work on Thursday?
Exactly.
And he responded, as a matter of fact. Look at that nice credential they made for him, too. Y'all got jokes. I don't know who's trolling the internet trying to play me with this throwback instinct pick, but remember, it's the same cut I had when I was knocking down jumpers in Kenny. Who can forget All-Star Weekend in this celebrity game?
I went right by him. That was and one. Go to the line. Get your.
But here, look at this.
No, that was I was.
Look at this and watch him talk to the Jet, right in his ear. Oh.
Listen, man. Look, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. Anytime, any place, anytime, any place.
Hey, since he didn't use it tonight. Here it is. Here is the credential. You can proudly wear that if you'd like.
Anytime, any place.
I will say that I did just notice he did bust you a little bit, but you went by him so fast. He is not a defender.
He's not a defender. But you know what I was doing? I'm guarding Moses Malone. I'm like, let him shoot. This is Moses Malone. That's back in the day. Come on, man.
Justin.
Look, I'm doubling Mo. I'm doubling Big Mo, man.
With the follow-through?
Tina couldn't handle Moses in there. I had to double, man. I had to double, man. Then now he's going to brag because you getting double teamed? That's like me bragging, hitting 7 threes against Orlando. They was doubling.
One of the all-time great reaction shots from the Jet. Okay, Spurs and Grizzlies playing tonight.
We're going to show the highlights
at the Grindhouse. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So there's Greg Popovich and the Spurs ready to go, coming in 15-4, but it was a rocky start for San Antonio, and Pop was none too thrilled with the way the Spurs were playing. And so in his first interview with Pop, since he's been sick, and Pop's been so great to Craig Sager, here was their interview after the first.
Greg Popovich.
Are we on?
Yes, we are.
I got to honestly tell you, this is the first time I've enjoyed doing this ridiculous interview we're required to do, and it's because you're here and you're back with us. Welcome back, baby.
Well, thank you very much. I lay in the hospital for months hoping to do this again.
Now ask me a couple of inane questions.
Okay, with less than 4 minutes to go in this game, you benched in the first quarter, benched your entire first unit. Was that back-to-back, or are you upset with the way they played?
No, they were playing like crap, so we put in different guys. You'd have done the same thing.
You're shooting under 35%. Are you happy with the shot selection?
Happy?
No, you never.
Am I happy?
I've heard that before.
Craig, come on, get back in the swing of
you.
things. You too, baby. Love you.
Just like old times with Greg Popovich and Craig Sager. That's just great to see. How about Tony Parker getting it going?
Well, Tony Parker is doing what he usually does. He is such a great penetrator, and his ability to come off the pick and roll, he's always putting pressure on the defense. What? Get some at the net.
And Tony does a terrific job of never giving up his dribble, Ernie.
Yeah, and if it wasn't enough to have Tony Parker getting hot, how about Kawhi Leonard lighting things up?
He is, to me, you talk about being a better scorer this year, but I think he's a better athlete. I was talking in the back with the great Chico Robinson, and we were talking about how
don't often have those words colliding.
Athletically, he has changed his whole outlook. I think he's more athletic this year than when he came into the league.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but he's just a stud. One of the 2 or 3 best players in the entire world.
Career high, 7 3-pointers made in this one in his 27-point night. And San Antonio goes to 16-4 with that 20-point win over Memphis. So a team that comes in allowing 89 points a game allows only 83 to Memphis. And the other night they beat Milwaukee and allowed just 70. So that defensive blanket that San Antonio is throwing on folks in full effect. They're 16-4. You've brought us out to the court here to talk about Tim Duncan. And,
yes.
I'm looking at Tim's numbers. 6 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists on the night.
Well, yeah, it's an all-around game, and how can he survive at being this age? And we were talking in the back, it's like he might be able to play 2 more years if he's playing that way.
but there's a reason he's playing like that. You know,
And now I'm explaining it, but go ahead.
You can compare. Look at the situation that Tim Duncan is in compared to Kobe Bryant. The Spurs are the best organization. They're the Patriots of the NBA. You got Tony Parker, who's an all-star point guard. You got Kawhi Leonard, who's going to be a superstar. And now you got LaMarcus Aldridge. And you look at Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan can play and get 6 points, and they still win by 20. And Kobe Bryant does not have that luxury because the Lakers have been an awful organization.
Hey, watch it now. They're not an awful organization, but he doesn't have as much manpower to help support him. So his 13 or 14 points look terrible for Kobe.
Because they're not drafting guys to help him.
So you're thinking they should have took Okafor? You think he would have been a better help this year?
Oh, probably, yes, no question. Even though the young kid, and let me say something to you, Mr. Okafor. You're a young kid. He's 19 years old. He said, I made some bad decisions. Got to get the kid a break because he's 19, but he's got to make smarter decisions. I'm glad that the Sixers are getting him some security because he's 19 years old.
Right.
And all these people, fans and media types are killing this kid. We're all stupid at 19.
Yeah,
and we were not all rich and famous at 19. So, yeah, he's made some mistakes, but let's don't bury the kid.
Yeah, the one thing, you're 100% right. Everybody makes mistakes, but Mr. Okafor,
slow down.
You become a repeat offender, then you're a bad guy. Right now, you're just a good guy who made a bad mistake.
But let me just say about Okafor, because this is my brother, after I pop him upside his head, I would say, where are his friends? Like, where are the homies that say...
Oh, they was fighting
that
too.
Get him? I know, but it was just a bad situation all around, because when you think about out of all the people in the street fighting, who has the most to lose?
Yes.
He had the most to lose.
Yeah, but at 19, you don't know that.
Yeah, you do.
And
you don't know that when
19
you got
friends who aren't in the NBA, they really don't know it. And this is, you can be an offender.
We're in a different time,
you
Kenny.
cannot be in a repeat offender.
Kenny, we're in a different time era where you don't understand the consequences of the cameras. There's video everywhere.
But you got to understand, Lisa, he's only been in the NBA a month.
But you've been in the world for, you've seen what has happened. I just feel like history keeps repeating itself, and young men have this opportunity to keep making these same mistakes, whereas you can't learn from someone else's mistake and recognize this is the wrong thing to do.
Should. But like I say, and I thought Coach K had a great press conference talking about saying what an amazing kid he was. He's done some dumb things. But listen, we are in a different time.
Yeah.
Everybody has a video camera. But the biggest problem I have with the NBA today, like I looked at, the oldest guy on his team who's actually playing the game is 23.
Right. So there's no veteran.
There's no veteran
leadership.
He doesn't have a Moses Malone. You know, Reggie talked about the late, great Mel Daniels. You know, Kenny he got coached by one of my most famous people I love in the world, Bill Russell. And Kenny always tell this story when Bill Russell coached him in Sacramento. He says Kenny was going to the back of the bus.
He said, no, you can't sit back there.
You can't sit back there.
No.
Tell him what he said.
You know, you can't sit back there because see all those guys, him, right in their face. They're losers. They're perennial losers.
There you go.
So you'll never learn how to win if you sit back there with them. Yep. So sit next to me.
All right.
I love it. That's the greatest Bill Russell story.
Let's move on now.
We got time? Okay.
Oh, it's all basketball.
All right. Ernie, you're going to be Tony Parker. I'm going to be Tim Duncan.
All right.
I'll let you have the basketball. Oh, he's going to.
You Tim Duncan?
I'm going to be Tim Duncan. You're going to be Kawhi Leonard because you're the best player on the team.
Okay, right.
You're the best player on the team. You just be a Spur. All right? So you coming down.
Kawhi, am I on the wing?
So Ernie's bringing the ball up court, and Tim Duncan is typically the last guy down. So he's bringing it up on the right side, walking it up. Tim is trailing the play. Now, Tim has two options. He usually is the catch and swing guy, or if you keep your dribble alive, Tony, he's going to set up pick and roll for you. You come off the sick pick and roll, because this keeps Tim Duncan from all the abuse of getting knocked around. So now his man pretty much helps. You throw it over to Kawhi Leonard. Now I'm posting up. And if I like it in there, if I'm not there, I get it, and then I could have it and make some moves. But if I don't like it, Kawhi just waves me out. So you wave me out, and then all of a sudden, I come back as I'm Tim Duncan, right back to the top, and I become another ball reversal. So he's never getting beat up going around. He passes again, and he throws it to that other Spur, whoever it is. Now I come back, and then the shot clock's coming down, I might have an easier post move into place. But Pop does a great job of making him a ball reversal guy. He brings him into a pick and roll. He posts him up, all in one possession. Typically on every NBA team, guys, even you guys are the greatest post-up players in your sport. Typically, you're going to post up on one play, and that's it. You're not posting, ball reversal, and setting pick and roll in one possession.
Kenny. I think that the best type of movement when they play in this motion, the reason why the Spurs are so consistently great is because it's all about defense and reads. They're reading the defense. And the fact that you're saying Timmy can start low, he can go high just to move the defense. Is that post player going to help out on Parker, or are they going to stay back? If they help out, he's going to roll inside. The beautiful thing about the Spurs is that they're always moving without the ball, and the ball finds the open player.
Without question.
You said more smart stuff about basketball than Shaq has said in 3 years.
I think that was uncalled for when you do that to a guy.
That was called a shot.
I love you, Shaq. These guys tearing you up, though, bro.
Okay.
All right, so
I'll have me, Justin. I'm ready
San
for you.
Antonio rolls in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Meantime, in Game 1, D. Wade and the Heat, Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder running down there at American Airlines Arena. And that is Westbrook.
Don't jump. My goodness.
5-point lead after one. And then
Most athletic player in the
Hassan
NBA?
Whiteside shows up.
Russell Westbrook is the most athletic player in the
More than LeBron, correct.
but LeBron's just a freak of nature.
Oh, go get that.
End and the defensive end for Whiteside, the league leader in blocks and the
Nice pass.
transition, and Goran Dragic with the finish.
This was a very entertaining game. What was that?
That was an alley out of bounds.
What was that? That's not a good pass.
Durant didn't like the move by Dragic. Thought he was almost undercut on that play.
What's he supposed to do? Just let him catch it?
Let him catch it and dunk it, I guess. He's mad that he did.
Durant got teed up. D. Wade made the free throw. 1-point game at the half. Oklahoma City up 1. And now D. Wade.
D. Wade looks like he got some years taken off. He's exercised. He did his 30-day challenge, and he is ready this season.
He played fantastic.
Charles, let's do the 30-day challenge.
Russell Westbrook
You
full
guys
throttle.
30-day challenge.
Okay.
15-4 Thunder run. They're up 70-67.
What's a 30-day challenge? I mean, the fast food
transformation.
restaurants I can go to
No.
in 30 days?
No, but you should eat healthy, make clean choices, and work out.
Okay, next subject.
Listen, we're on TV. We don't have to be in shape.
Oklahoma City up 2 after 3. Deion Waiters gets the steal from Wade. Durant ahead of the pack. And at the same time, you saw that. Watch D. Wade at the tail end of this play. He's going into the stand.
No, he isn't, Ernie.
Yes, he is.
No, he isn't, Ernie.
Going up and over.
He's going over the stand.
Oh,
That's impressive.
Go, boy.
I don't think I've ever done that in my whole career.
Transformation. That's why he was able to do that. Last year, he would have fell.
You have a 9.
Ooh, give me that. Candy. And then,
93-91 Heat. Here comes the answer in a 93-92 game from Kevin Durant for 3, and they're up 2. D. Wade floating in for the tying bucket. It's 95 each. And now Durant. Over Justice Winslow, but off the mark.
off the mark, tough shot. I think he could have drove Winslow to the basket, but typically he does hit that shot as well. So it's probably not just as good, but almost. Oh, that's better. Into the rim.
Yeah, he's taking it right to the hole. He gets fouled. He goes to the line, and D. Wade knocks them both down. So a second and a half to go, and the heave by Westbrook will not go. And the Oklahoma City Thunder, who had won the last 2 over Miami and the last 2 in Miami, fall this time by a deuce. 97-95. Wade goes for 28. Bosch 16 and 8. Dragic gives him 14. 25 each for Durant and Westbrook. Not enough as they fall 97-95. Last 4 games you see for D. Wade. The last 2, 58 points compared to 19 in the previous 2 before that. So D. Wade and the Heat, as Chris Bosh said, look, this team is playing better than I thought they would. They are now 11-6, Chuckster.
They have been the 2 surprise teams. Well, I don't think it's a surprise. I picked them in the top 4. The surprise team in the East has been the Indiana Pacers.
Right.
Frank Vogel got those guys playing great. But this team here, They're missing Luol Deng right now. They're the one team that you said could slip into that top 4 in the Eastern Conference. I think, and I've said all along, the key to them is going to be Whiteside, because he can dominate the game on offense and defense. D-Wade's going to play well. Bosh is going to play well. Dragic is going to play well. But the one guy who can make them scary is Hassan Whiteside.
I don't think it's Whiteside. I think it's Dragic. I think he's the most important, the X factor, if you will, because remember how great he played at Phoenix. He has not played that great for Miami Heat. The pick and rolls he used to be so effective on. And I think health, number one, is going to be key for Miami. If they can stay healthy when it comes playoff times, I definitely think they have all the pieces with the veterans, new players, and experience, and all of those things coming together. I think that's what's going to help.
Good point. Dragic is important, but I'm saying as far as this guy can go out and get a triple-double. He can get you 20 points. He can get you 15 rebounds.
Rim protection.
He's averaging close to 5 block shots a game. He don't even have to really get any plays called for him. He can get 10 to 15 rebounds a night, block 5 shots a night. He can dominate the game without even scoring.
Well, you know, he did a great job, but, you know, we'll talk about OKC as well. You know, their inability to kind of pull away in key moments and their lack of ball movement is still the same consistent issue under Scott Brooks, under now Billy Donovan. It's kind of the same routine. And the one thing that I think that will separate them is, you know, they need to adapt what Golden State, what we saw San Antonio does is allow the ball to leave your best player's hand and trust that it will find them again. But it doesn't seem like they allow the ball to leave their hands enough to trust that it'll come back.
38 lead changes, 11 ties in that game. It was a dandy, and Miami comes out on top by 2. When we come back, more highlights, including the Raptors.
Any day.
JT, out of Vinny the Jet Smith coffee.
I'm no cup of coffee, big fella. I'm letting you know that right now.
I love
I'm
this.
no cup of coffee.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you're going to be crying. Hey, you're going to be crying the
Never
river.
gets old.
You're going to be crying the river. Keep talking, JT.
As I was saying, the Toronto Raptors, Denver Nuggets highlights are on the way from Air Canada Center. You'll never believe what happened to the Raps at home tonight.
Inside the NBA, presented by Kia, is brought to you by Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA.
Well, Steve Smith loves to do those Mount Rushmores, and now he's set his sights on the all-time coaches, and fans can build their own all-time coaches.
No Red Auerbach? No Red Holtzman?
NBA.com/
Are you kidding me?
No Pat Riley?
No Pat Riley?
Come
Wow.
on, you gotta have Pat Riley.
How about that, Smitty? See, that's why it's fun for the fans to do their own. Nuggets and Raptors playing at Air Canada Center, and Nuggets have lost 8 in a row.
I can't wait to get to my favorite city for All-Star.
Yep, Darrell Arthur, they're banking in a 3. He only had 4 this season, hit 3 in this game. Will Barton has been instant offense off that Denver bench, and he knocks that one down. They lead by as many as 18.
Wait, how can he be instant offense? They lost 8 in a row.
Oh, he's been. I'm just saying, he's been. Jokic.
Because when they're down, they should just throw him the ball if he is out.
I know.
They're down 2.
Ernie make it like he's just killing people.
Oh, it's a team game.
Oh, good pass, though.
Trying to tell me Will Barton hadn't played well.
No, he has played well.
Well, he has played well, but they still lost 8 in a row.
I know that. I pointed that out.
Now
when we
this guy
started the
played
second
well.
highlight, man.
Well, in fairness, if he was playing great, they probably would have lost 10 in a row.
Corey Joseph is playing well for the Raptors as well.
Oh, yes, he
Hit a
is.
big shot the other day. Oh, that's an end foul.
What's up with Toronto losing at home?
I know, till a team has lost 8 in a row.
That's ridiculous.
Well, y'all gave up everything.
Oh, Matt Devlin was loving that last move.
Well,
He's getting an ugly sweater
I
over.
know, that's awful. That's my man. That's a good friend of mine, Leo Round.
Now, look
His
at
sweater's ugly.
Luis Scola going to cut the gap down to 102 to 99, and then,
underneath.
uh-oh, the trap, and Barton loses the handle.
Playing well, Ernie.
And the Raptors have the ball back. A chance to cut it again. They had never had the lead in this game.
I guess Will Barr don't know when 3 guys guarding you, there's 2 other people open.
No, there's 2 other people.
I said 2.
You said 3.
And Kyle Lowry, they're begging for a foul. None coming. And the Denver Nuggets hang on to snap their 8-game losing streak in a game they never trail. 106-105 is the final. Gallinari had 21. Arthur with 19. They were led by Will Barton with 22.
He's played well.
And they beat the Raptors on the road, 106-105. The Magic and the Jazz. Hey, Gordon Hayward and the Jazz team on the uptick, and Orlando has picked it up as
the best young team in the NBA.
Orlando Magic? Utah Jazz.
Oh, Utah Jazz, right?
Okay,
Yep.
check. I like, good move right there. If he gets a jumper, well, that's a lot.
Oh my God, what is that?
That's Elfrid Payton's head.
Yeah, he looks like the Weeknd.
Oh, I thought that was the weekend.
Victor Oladipo, since they moved him to the bench, they are 5-0 and put Channing Frye in the starting lineup.
Oh, well, he got to stay on the bench.
No, there was no Rudy Gobert tonight for the Jazz, which was huge.
No, out indefinitely with that MCL. Meantime, who's the leading scorer for the Orlando Magic?
It used to be Vucevic, but not anymore.
Evan Fournier, the guy you saw right there, knocking down a couple of threes in the 4th quarter.
Wow.
The answer from Alec Burks.
Good look. Got it.
Wow.
Well, the best player is Vucevic. I don't know. I'm not sure why he doesn't get the ball enough.
He's
If I was
getting
a
it right.
betting woman, I would have never thought the Magic would have beat the Jazz at home.
Trying to break down Burks,
And there's Payton again, a 26-16 4th quarter.
What the hell
the
is
Magic?
What's going on with his hair, man?
You ever heard the Weeknd?
I know the Weekend.
That's him. That's his brother.
Oh,
He's the days of the week. Come on, man. He's the days of the week.
What is
There
this,
was
man?
Monday and there's Tuesday.
Come on, man.
Wednesday and there's Thursday. There's Friday and
Come on, man.
Saturday.
You got to be
Days
kidding
of the
me,
week.
man.
That's 5 straight wins for the Orlando Magic. They are 11-8. Second straight loss for the Jazz, and it happens at home. When we come back, my conversation with Kobe.
Chuck, I think you should do something about that hair. That's
If I had a do-over, I think I would take more of a leadership role in talking to Shaq earlier, before things went south. So young, all I was thinking about was the game.
Saw the Heat win tonight against Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And on NBA TV Saturday, it's the Cavs and the Heat as LeBron comes back to Miami.
Is they going to do that handshake and all that stuff?
You'll get the coverage starting at 7 o'clock
Are they going to kiss like
Eastern
Magic?
time. The exit interview. Players have them every year, meeting with the head coach to honestly assess the good and the bad of the just completed season. With Kobe Bryant announcing over the weekend that he will call it a career at season's end, I had a chance today to conduct an exit interview of sorts. Kobe's reflections on an unforgettable 20-year run. The announcement came this past weekend, but when did you know?
I probably could have made the announcement as early as last season. And I said, you know, if unless something changes, next season is going to be my last season. And then finally I realized, I said, well, you can't make this decision based off of something changing. This is something that's internal. Do you want to do this or not? And if the answer is no, then that passion is no longer there the way it used to be. So just let it go.
So there's nothing that could change your mind at this point. There's no streak of success or no...
Zero.
When we hear words like one-word descriptions of you, I would say competitor. Who's on your short list of best competitors you've faced?
Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson are the two that come to mind immediately because they were relentless. Now Michael, his relentlessness was amazing, and Scotty's as well, at both ends of the floor. And then, you know, in my generation, AI was much the same. I mean, from opening tip to the end, I mean, this guy was just going and going and going, and he'd always put you in jeopardy. So those two guys are the most competitive I faced.
Who came the closest to being the Kobe stopper?
The Kobe stopper. Well, the player I always had the most trouble with individually was always Tony Allen. always. Bruce Bowen was a great defender.
See, that was the name that was on my tongue, but Tony Allen.
No, Bruce was a great defensive player. Rajah Bell was a great defensive player.
Even though he was just that kid, who is that kid?
Yeah, well, I didn't know at the time. I found out, but I didn't really know.
Now, if you were going to write letters to the 3 most influential people in your life, who would they be to? What would they say?
Well, from a basketball perspective, I would say I'd write one to Michael, Bill Russell, and Jerry West.
Saying what?
Saying thank you for your mentorship. Thank you for always being there for me when I reach out and call.
If you were having a conversation, you at 37, and I'm Kobe at 18, what would you tell the young Kobe?
I would say focus on human nature. You have to balance out understanding human nature with the obsession to understand exact tactics of basketball. And as I've gotten older, I understood you can execute till the cows come home, but if you don't understand human nature, if you don't understand how to relate to others, if you don't understand what makes them tick, you're never going to win a championship.
For those 5 championships, are you able to rank them? Are you able to say this one was more significant to me, or this one meant more, or this one was more special? How do you rank them?
I think the standard answer should be no.
They're just like kids. They're all special in their own way.
But that's just not true. When we beat Boston in 2010, that for me that's number 1 with a bullet, because going up against 3 sure Hall of Famers, being down the series 3-2, having lost to them in 2008, and understanding the history and the rivalry and all that goes on there, and having a broken finger and playing with a cast on, all of those things make that championship more special than the rest.
When you do hang it up here at the end of the year, and you're 1 shy of that number 6, is that going to eat at you?
No, I did everything I possibly could, and it sounds crazy to say I won 5 championships and come up 1 short, but honestly, I'm okay with that. It just wasn't in the cards for me to get 6 or 7, but I did everything possible to try to make it happen, and I can live with that any day.
If you could have a do-over in your career, what would it be?
If I had a do-over, I think I would take more of a leadership role in talking to Shaq earlier, before things went south.
How did you mend fences with Shaquille, with Phil Jackson? Or is that still in process in ways?
No, that process it's over with. The memories that we had were the memories that we had doing battle, of us against the world. You know what I mean? And coming out on top. And when you have those moments, you forge this type of bond, right? That becomes bigger than the game, becomes bigger than whenever bickering might have gone on. So I think that was the first step. And then the second step was just maturity. We were both much, much older than we were at the time. And with Phil, when Phil came back to coach in 2006, that was our process. We started that from the first day he came here. When he came back and said, you know what, I want to come help you get these next championships. And I said, Phil, it is not my job to judge or to hold grudges. I understand more than most people that people make mistakes, and we move on.
What do you think you're going to miss the most?
I think the puzzle of trying to figure out how to get the best out of my teammates, the challenging of them, the relationships I have with them, and then watching them develop from training camp all the way in through the postseason and then into the finals where they're the best version of themselves. That process is the thing that I'll miss the most.
You see yourself being a TV guy?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I have the patience to do TV.
Doesn't require much.
No.
Charles, Kenny.
Yeah.
Me, you and Shaq side by side, it'd be so warm and fuzzy.
What's crazy to me is, looking at Charles, you're looking at a transition of a player from, athlete to post. I mean, he's certainly a blueprint. And he found what he loves to do and what he's great at and he loves doing, and there you are.
If it does intrigue you, I mean, when could you start? Can we just get an agreement here today?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We can have some type of agreement. We'll shake on it. We'll shake on it. I'll do 60% of revenue split.
All right.
On the show.
Excuse me, let go of my hand. That was a fun time. He was, he's totally at peace with this decision that this is it, that 20 years is enough.
Well, your body gives out. 20 years is enough. The thing that's interesting to me, and people always want to ask you about certain players. I've watched a couple of Kobe's interviews. That one, obviously, I'm glad he's finally letting people know he is a good guy. Because people always want, I says, Kobe Bryant has always treated me great. Always says hello, I say hello, but I don't know him. Never really spent any quality time. I says, he seems like a good guy, but he is so guarded. I actually think it's really cool. I saw him interview the great Robin Roberts, and I saw him do that with you. Like I say, he's obviously one of the 10 greatest players ever, but I wish he had let people get to know him better the last 20 years.
Well, you know him.
I know him very well. I've spent time at Kobe's house with his parents when they first moved to LA. But the thing I can tell you, Charles, of why he's guarded is because you don't want people to know your weaknesses. And your weaknesses are sometimes personal things, whether it's your ability to communicate or not communicate. And the fact that he was so driven and focused on basketball was his true love and passion. And I was kind of the same type of player where it's tough for me to let down my guard and let you see me be silly, let you see me be something that I thought you could use against me when you're on the court. And I think Kobe was that same way, very guarded. Kobe has always been a great guy, funny, he loves to laugh, outgoing, but very guarded because that was part of his, if you will, the thing that made you wonder, what about him? Where is his weakness? He didn't have any because he loved basketball so much that he was trying to find ways to beat you. But the hard part that I see right now, I love the fact that he's being transparent and honest and letting you know he wished he could have had that relationship different with Shaq, because we all saw it go bad and thought, wow, what could have happened if he would have won more? For him to even tell you who the best defenders were for him, Kobe would have never let you know who bothered him back in the day playing defense. He's like, there's no such thing as a Kobe stopper. That would have been his answers 3, 4, 5 years ago. And the last thing I like to say is just the maturation that he's had in life. I mean, we've seen Kobe come in as a young kid, and he had a chip on his shoulder, and he had all this confidence that you thought, and we all saw it was even cocky, where you thought, man, I don't really like this dude. But you always could say, as a competitor, he was one of the best. And, well, obviously I'm biased being in LA, but I love Kobe.
And you've been to his house and ate his food. But none of us have. But, the one thing that you see.
Talked to Becky Hammond, too.
No question.
He's just name dropping all night.
Well, what can I say? Women have to show up and do a job better than the men and get the spot. So I had to do my homework.
Okay. Well, the funny thing is, when I first heard about it, the thing I thought of was air ball to clutch shots. Like a guy who shot air balls in the playoffs, comes
4 of them against Utah.
4 of them, and then makes game winners consistently. To me, that was the biggest thing. And I don't know him well, but I have spent twice pretty much quality time. That I think you missed the date, the time he came in here, and he was a guest in here, and he spent 3, 4 hours.
Oh, we had a great time.
Yeah. So you get to, I'm like, I might not get this opportunity. I'm picking his brain. And the second time was when during the Hurricane Katrina game, and I called him to ask him to play in the game. And then I've been around Jordan because we played together in North Carolina, and the competitive nature that he had, Michael had, and you always say, how do you compare it? The one thing I remember, this is a charity basketball game for Hurricane Katrina. And we're going around and we're giving out all of the different items to the shelters, and we're all there. So all of the players get back in the van, Kevin Garnett, LeBron James, Kobe, us is the best player in the world. I'm like, hey, guys, so I appreciate everything. Kobe gets up. He said, hold on. I just want you to know, I'm going to bust your butt if you don't come play tonight. This was a charity game for Hurricane. We just gave out. He had just changed his whole demeanor and got focused. And you talk about that guard to let them know that I'm still an alpha dog on this bus.
Always.
And letting people know that. To me, it was a couple things that just made you go, he's different.
Yeah. It's been an honor.
Different.
It's been an honor and a privilege to watch him play.
Without question.
It's been an honor and a privilege.
When we come back, Shaq is not here.
Thank God.
But Shaq and a Fool is. How do we pull that off? Stick around and you'll find out. All right, y'all, think back to the late 90s. Remember Alphabet Aerobics by Black Alicious?
No, I don't.
No.
You don't? Years later on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Daniel Radcliffe performed it, and it got 50 million YouTube views.
I don't even remember the song.
Well, Bleacher Report got Black Alicious back in the studio, and the result was a sports remix of Alphabet Aerobics they're calling Sports Alphabet.
Wow.
Now it's time for our wrap-up. Let's give it everything we've got. Ready? Begin.
Alley, 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 oop on amateurs. Air above all in any actors, it's average. Big barbarian, basically beasting. Fighters get blown up, being brave B-teams. Casually, I chef cash cheddar. Fools get casualties and caught off guard with chin music. Dirty when I drop dimes, damaging the dang earth. Devastate the defense, detonate danger. Entertainer, entertaining everyone. Every mass, enemies is envious, ain't even peep the elbow pass. Fire on fuego, flick of the wrist frozen. Fear of the fury left flat and then frozen. Gloves off for the glass jaws by the goons. Goat of all goats gone giddy getting through. Human joystick heating up, heat check blam. Hitting hard, hella hype, hero going ham. I'm isolated on islands, it's over, it's over. Ice in your veins getting colder. Jook, jock, jerk to those who aren't worthy. Jamming through my journey in a jet black jersey. King Kong of KO's kid, kiss the ring. Knuckle up now with the knuckle butt king. Let me live a long life leading with my laces out. Right now, losers look up cause it's lights out. My move marvelous, money shot massive. Main event moonshot, MVP master. Nails in the coffin, knots in their knees triumph. Nothing leg through the knees, nothing but nylon. Opposition off on the ropes in the octagon. 1-2 punched out, lights going off and on. Pillow pick passes with prolific poetry. Power plays, pickpocketing, petty phony. Quest for the cup is quantum, y'all quote me. Quad off footage, filling quantum with roaring. Roaring, side rocks, relish and remain. Rallying, rough rated rhymes, make it rain. Switching on simple soft suckers, spit swag. Slice, dice, shimmy, nothing but net splash. Turned up, taking out Tim and Mine's Twister. Leave them turned out, they are trucks, stick victims. Unstoppable, upstate, uninvolved. Unanimous, universal year of the underdog. Vicious and vital. Victories calling. Volley all out, victorious velocity. Bobbing, we will while receiving words woven. Moonwalk when I whip, get the world open. Excelling, extreme, extra explosive, accelerating, X-out. Competition so quick. YOLO pass rhymes, y'all young bucks fall. Yoga stretch minds, yelling, Yiggy, yes, yours. 0-0-0 on the clock. Game over, zooming to the demon. 0 out in my zone. Zoning.
Good. Can you say it faster? Faster?
You can check that out on Bleacher Report. Does that impress the Chuckster? Do you know what you just saw?
What the hell was that?
I don't get it. It's like the new millennials in this time. Tell me, Leslie, like, what was that
And
about?
I love Bleacher Report.
You sounded more like a mother of two with every segment.
I know. I'm so out of the loop. 50 million views on that?
No, there were 50 million views when Daniel Radcliffe did the other one on Fallon.
Right.
The original Alphabet
So like
Aerobics.
all day I be seeing these dogs
everything's
eating.
Everything followed the alphabets in order?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Every rapper in the 1980s, I think, did something like that.
All right.
I'm just saying.
And that's a hit,
just
because I
saying.
never heard Jay-Z do the, alphabet
Well, he
rap.
did 22 twos, so it's almost the same kind.
Well, I
101 problems.
I missed that one.
Okay, well, now, Shaquille O'Neal is not here. Lisa Leslie is. But the guy responsible for Shaq and a Fool this week, I guess, would be you, Jet. You're handling Shaq and a Fool?
Yeah, I'm going to handle Shaq and a Fool because, Shaq is a fool, and I just want to keep him in his place as a fool.
All right. Great. So this is called Hotels.com is going to
That my man, Captain Obvious.
sponsor it again.
Hey,
Captain Obvious.
it's not Shaq and a Fool. It's not Shaq and a Fool.
What?
It's not Shaq and a Fool.
That was awesome.
It's Kenny and a Brown.
What's Kennying around?
I guess ain't nobody Kennying around.
It's like kidding
like
around?
humping around. Well, number one, James Harden. 2 pieces of evidence that James Harden might be the worst, that's what Shaq says, the worst defender in basketball. The worst defender. Here it is. I made all defense. Here it is again. Here it is. Great defense position. James Harden. Oh!
What the heck? What is he doing?
Rebounding is a part of defense. Number 2. And here he is back on the charts. Dion Waiters, the gift that keeps on slipping.
Oh, my.
He keeps on. Yo, you got to get another shoot contract or something. I don't know. This is the second time he's doing this.
Dude, they need to clean the floor.
Oh, I hope I'm saying his name correctly. But number 3, he's always
Oh, this guy is
Marcelo Huertas. Oh, he's doing the rondo, but he got rejected. He's doing the rondo.
Boy, everybody bought that fake, didn't they?
Did they sell him?
Oh, my goodness.
Is he a Laker?
Marcelo Huertas.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, my man. Number 4, Shane Larkin, University of Miami. Oh, LeBron James takes the basket. He said, you take it out. No, I'll take it out. No, you take it out. No, I'll take it out. No, you take it out. That's a violation. What are you doing?
That was close to what we saw last year, man.
No, I'll take it out. No, you take it out. No, I'll take it out. No, you take it out. No, that's a violation. Oh, Mike Scott. Oh, great Scott. Here's another one. Now, you think that only Shane Larkin could do something like that?
I
But
bet
no,
Mike Scott
was
too.
like, no, let's just bring it up. We're in the park. My ball, take it out. Anybody goes, let's go, let's run. Let's get it going. Oh, we're in the NBA. I'm sorry, Mike. Number 6, Rodney Hood, Utah Jazz. Give Steven Adams the easiest shot block in the history of shot block. In the history of shot block. This might be the easiest shot block in the history. Get that fly out of here. Get that fly. Number 7, the king.
No way.
Yes, the king. When you're the king, I guess you could just go to the bench illegally, just sit down.
Wait,
you don't have
what?
to do it. Game's still going on. I'm subbing myself in. Richard Jefferson go in. Oh, it's 4 against 5. That's illegal. You only got 4 players on the court. I don't care if you have 6, you have 4, you get a technical foul. LeBron James, I just do what I want. I'm the king.
Right?
Oh,
this is a supersized Shaq.
Let's stay in Cleveland.
Wow.
Matthew Dellavedova. He comes in. He travels way back to Australia. Now, let's count the steps. Let's put it in slow motion, Shaq. Here you go. I mean, Chuck, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
Hey.
Come on, ref, wake up.
It's like, no, I thought I was open. Carmelo Anthony, he's in the travel business too, but he's on a world tour. He's on a world tour with Muhammad, my man.
What?
He's on a world
Those are
tour
little baby
with
steps.
Muhammad, my man. No, those are baby steps. They still count on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Even more than Dellavedova.
And half man, and he's just half man now. No more amazing. Vince Carter, saving the best for last. Finally, he can match Kendrick Perkins as his pivot
Wait,
feet
what?
change 20 times in one possession. Again, 1, 2, oh, change the fifth again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh! And he gets to the rim.
We have a new leader in the clubhouse.
New leader in the clubhouse.
Wow, that is supersized right there.
I like that, though.
Got to wash that down with a Shaq soda.
No, I
Oh,
like that
no,
block
Shaq Soda, I'll be up all night.
That block shot was
All
it.
that sugar.
That was excellent. That was excellent work. I thought maybe you were going to do your Shaq voice and try to.
Well, I do. Just give the ball to big man.
Look at Carmelo.
I don't understand why Dwight Howard can't get 30 points and 35 rebounds.
Just get the ball to your big man, let him dominate.
Hell no.
Don't say hack a Shaq.
No, don't say hack a shake. Don't say hack. Just say hack a player. I hit mine when it count.
And then do this.
No, but also.
Hey, wait.
Call me Dr. O'Neal.
No, championships.
I got 12 degrees.
I got 12
Rings.
championships.
We'll be back to wrap it up on Inside
Got them
in just a
rings.
minute. There's still some more show to go. Don't leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
finish it.
you can leave in a little while, but not yet.
Sometimes Aaron staying with us.
Who's Mariano Rivera?
Just real.
Chuck, I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna come over there, Chuck. Laugh one more time, Kenny. I'm gonna laugh one more time, Kenny.
Inside the NBA, presented by Kia, is brought to you by Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA.
The Kia Performance Award winners, Steph Curry, Player of the Month, October, November combined, and Paul George gets it in the Eastern Conference. Steph, Lisa, you know what I like to say about him. He makes it look
Steffordless.
But I tell you what, Paul George is playing amazing right now.
He also sometimes makes it look easy.
No, pay attention to Paul George.
George is looking like a little Kobe
By
right
George,
now.
I think he has it, Ernie.
Yeah,
Oh, I saw what you did there, Jay. The top rookies, Karl Anthony Towns, Cat there in Minnesota, and the Zinger in New York.
Zinger is balling.
The Zinger is balling, man. Karl Anthony Towns, I have not seen you play but a couple times. Don't watch bad teams play.
That is funny. The Zinger is amazing.
Well, let's see what happened with Paul George and the Pacers taking on the Blazers.
You like his partner?
Moda Center.
What's up with that?
Oh, okay.
Good. Get some.
But he was just 4 for 17 in the game.
Yeah, the last 2 games he hasn't shot the ball particularly well, but he still helped his team last game at least to victory.
They're surprising people in the Eastern Conference.
Well, they won 6 in a row, and they're 12-5 coming in. Monte Ellis left the game with a right shoulder contusion and didn't come back. Portland scored 41 in the third quarter.
How many, Ernie?
Wow.
41.
Oh, because this dude puts buckets in the basket right there, but he made a great pass here.
Oh, here is Leonard.
Leonard shooting threes again.
And now here's something the Pacers did not want to see. It's been such a great year for Paul George coming back from the
But you know,
right
this
leg,
is
and
when
then
you have respect. Look at
banged
all
knees
5
with-
guys on Portland, Ernie. Look at him. They don't go and play defense. They make sure he's all right.
What's the injury, Ernie?
He banged knees with El Farouk Aminu. He went to the bench, but he would return later. Blazers 18 for 36 from deep, Lisa.
Oh, that's cash. He ain't missing 2 in a row. That kid puts buckets.
Lillard, I mean, he just doesn't even get enough credit because of what Curry is doing, but don't sleep on his 3-point ball.
Well, they haven't won 20 in a row, Lisa.
And then Allen Crabbe knocks down.
I'm just saying he's shooting great, but Steph just got all the news locked up.
No
Hey,
question.
Lisa, I hate to say this, but Kenny has a point.
C.J. Miles with the left-handed 3. 111-107. But again, Allen Crabbe.
Allen Crabbe.
Crabbe had a career high.
He had 18 points, 11 of those in the fourth quarter.
California's
Blazers-
finest, Allen Crabbe.
At home, they snap their 2-game losing streak. They had lost 10 out of their last 13, but they win this one. And
Tell you what,
Lillard goes for 26, McCollum goes for 21.
C.J. Miles is balling too.
Balling.
Yeah.
He's on 3-point fire.
6-game winning streak snapped for the Pacers. We go to Mexico City for the
Mexico!
NBA Global Game.
Puerto Vallarta is my favorite spot in Mexico.
We need to wait for this one on DVD, guys.
Isaiah Thomas.
I'm going to Sacramento next week.
For what?
I'm doing the game.
Oh, okay. You won't be here next week?
No, I won't.
What?
Shaq, well, you and Shaq
Need
miss
a
on the
sub?
same night.
And I'm going
I'll
to
let your girl.
I'm going to go visit my favorite school out there, Mustard Seed.
Okay, what's going on?
DeMarcus Cousins.
I'll see all the kids at Mustard Seed next week.
Hey, Marcus must have drank the water.
2 for 12 at the half
You know,
for DeMarcus Cousins.
I know. Don't drink the water and don't
Out the
put
faucet.
any ice in your drink.
You can't do it out the faucet. Bottle water.
Can we get a little wider on this shot? Avery Bradley for 3.
I want y'all to remember that when I'm in Rio this summer at the Olympics.
And then Rondo
at Rondo.
playing against his old team and picked up a couple tees and then was shown the
Rondo was
floor.
like, put me out, stop the bleeding. I wanted to beat Boston and we didn't, so
5 points,
adios.
5 points, 3
You know,
rebounds, and 8
he
assists.
wants to beat his old team badly.
Give me some of
Give me
that.
some, give me some Kelly Olynyk.
I love these He travel.
Yeah, he did.
I love those uniforms.
Amigo.
Which one's the Boston's?
Yeah, I love that green.
Celtics all over the Kings, 114-97, had 4 guys with at least 20. Crowder, Bradley,
hard to
Thomas,
win.
and Olynyk.
Hard to win when you suck in both countries, Ernie.
That's well said, and a great way to say it's that time.
It's time for
EJ's Nino Satellite.
presented by Star Wars Battlefront.
Well, tonight's Nito Stat of the Night has a distinct Kobe Bryant flavor. I'm going to test your knowledge here. Do you have any idea how many 40-point games you've had in your career?
No idea. No clue. 30, maybe? 40?
30 40-point games?
I don't know.
How about 121.
Oh, I was a little off.
Yeah.
Didn't go college.
Okay.
See what happens?
But here's the deal. I'm going to hear the list of our TNT and NBA TV analysts. Charles and Shaq and Kenny, Isaiah, Reggie, Weber, Grant Hill, Dennis Scott, Steve Smith, Brent Barry, Rick Fox, and in the studio tonight we have Lisa Leslie. You think of all those folks combined, how many 40-point games or more do they have? Think of that list. You're sitting on 121.
30, 25?
Combined.
Combined, that's what I would say. I don't even remember Reggie scoring too many before. I know he had a lot of 30s in there.
And Shaq?
I remember Shaq having, when he was with us, he had a couple 40-point games.
There's the scoreboard.
10, 20.
There's the scoreboard.
Oh, 104.
Does that surprise you?
Hold on, let me see that list.
Yeah. Charles, Kenny, Shaq at 3D.
I remember G. Hill having a lot of 40-point games.
I think Shaq had the most.
Shaq had the most?
He had 49.
49. Shaq himself had 49.
Yeah.
That shows you how much of the history I know.
But you had more than that whole group
That's
combined.
cool. But Lisa did have a 100-point game, though.
Yeah.
That
counts for something.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Anybody on here did not score 40?
Brent Barry, I do not believe had a 40-pointer. I don't think Rick Fox had a 40-pointer.
Kenny had a 40-point game?
Does that stun you?
No, actually, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
You'll enjoy this.
No, it doesn't stun me, actually. With the system in which they played and him being able to get hot, it doesn't stun me.
And you know where my 40-point game was? In LA against the Lakers.
Wow. No way.
Yes, it was. My 41 came against the Lakers, Kobe. Come on, man.
I tell you what, that's a shocker.
That is a shocker.
That is a shocker. That is an amazing
stat. It's actually a neato stat
That
of the
is
night.
cool, but why'd you just pick 40 points? Because 101 points, I mean, that was...
Lisa, was that college or that was...
That don't matter when it was.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I had more 40-point games in high school now.
Hey, Lisa, as I told you earlier,
what?
I would have won championship. I would have played with girls, too.
Hey, you better not. I'm going to have all the women get on them.
Do girls didn't...
On Twitter,
do y'all play... Don't in the girls' league, like, only one half plays defense, one half plays...
Shut up, Kenny.
I'm sorry.
Is this any way to thank Lisa Leslie for sitting in?
Yes, it is.
It's all good. Don't sleep
jokes
with
of
my
love, baby.
and my rings.
Hey, by the way, we do have a little gift. We do have a little gift for you. It comes courtesy of Shaquille O'Neal. Roll it.
Oh no.
Jenkins. Jenkins.
Get it.
Jenkins.
Oh my God. This dude, that's all he has to do.
It's hilarious.
That's all he does, man, is make mean.
Oh, I kind of wish Lisa Leslie would replace Charles Barkley.
Oh, wow.
No, I'll
on
sub in
Inside
for
the
any of the
NBA.
guys.
No, we got another seat. What's that?
Is already better at her jacket. Look
Oh,
at
my
this.
gosh. It's good. I'm telling you,
Look at
Lisa, you're
this.
just making it whirlwind right now.
I know. It's just sad.
In 15 minutes of first...
More value than all episode.
Oh, come on, man. They're going hard,
Oh my gosh, you guys are so bad. Don't say that out there in Twitter world.
No.
You're not gonna have me back.
No, we got to have you back if they're saying that.
It's been great.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
a lot.
Been great.
Big thanks to Chuck for Chuck was the reason how I got to this desk, guys.
Hey.
Oh, you made Dancing with the Stars. I made it. A perfect 10.
I think you two could only be the two partners, too.
Right. You got to have a partner.
Those 5'5" guys they have on
Thanks,
that show.
guys.
That is
Thanks,
a
Kenny.
wrap
Good
for
seeing you all.
Inside, presented by Kia. For Kenny, for Charles, for Lisa Leslie.
There was some
Ernie
tweets
Johnson.
saying that she was better than you too, Ernie.
Good night.
There's some
From
tweets
Atlanta.
that she's better than you. Keep it open. It made it like it was just us.
Thanks, guys. Awesome.
That was fun.